Hello, I am back to talk some more about borderline personality disorder. Another trait of this disorder is the feeling of somebody being all good or all bad, all good or all evil. This is known as splitting because you're literally splitting somebody into all this or all that. So, how does the borderline do this? Well, here's a good example. When a borderline is in a relationship, a borderline person, they may tell you, as I said earlier, oh, you're everything to me, you're the best friend I ever had, I can tell you everything, I adore you, I love you, we're going to do so much together, we're going to have such a wonderful relationship. And then in the next breath, or even a couple days later, all of a sudden start saying, I know that you're talking against me. I know that you are thinking bad things about me. I know you really don't like me. I know you're just humoring me by hanging around with me. You really don't want to be with me, do you? Okay? And then after a while they feel ashamed, sometimes, and they come back and they say, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm so sorry. You really are the best friend I ever had, and I really should appreciate you more. And it's dizzying the pace at which somebody with borderline personality disorder can go through this. It sounds a lot like bipolar disorder, I know. And bipolar can be what's called a comorbid diagnosis, which means somebody can be indeed both bipolar and borderline. It's not that uncommon for that to happen at all. But this black and white thinking type thing of you're all good, you're all bad, you're my friend, you're my enemy, makes somebody feel really crazy after a while, because you're kind of not knowing which end is up. You don't know whether they're going to like you or hate you from moment to moment. And it's very exasperating and exhausting. And it's hard on the borderline patient as well, because it's not something that they control, it's not something they choose. It's something their mind does, and they just simply act on it. So it's a very tricky and very dysfunctional way of living your life. And that is why we have therapies that help the borderline process things a little bit better. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about is the borderline feels very empty and almost like non-existent. Like they do not exist. They don't, there is no essence of who they are. Because of this, they tend to kind of become whatever the person they're with wants them to become. It's like a chameleon almost. They blend in. A borderline that has this issue, which most of them do, I think, at the heart of their behaviors is feeling like I don't exist without you. That's where you start hearing them say, oh, please send me a picture of you. I need something to remember you by. I don't want to forget this moment that we had, and I just want something to look at when I feel alone or lonely or sad. And looking at your picture makes me so happy. Or write me a note, or how about a lock of hair? Or can I have your handkerchief and just keep it under my pillow? A lot of people want mementos, but with a borderline, it's very extreme, and the motives is basically, if you cease to exist in front of me in the room with me, my cat just fell, sorry, but she's alright. If you cease to exist in the room with me, if you walk away, if you say goodbye, if you walk out that door, in my head, it feels like you will never come back. You have disappeared, and I will never see you again. I will never hear your voice, and it will kill me. And it will make me so sad and devastated that I will cry and cry forever, and the crying will never stop. How do I know about this? Maybe you guys don't know this about me, but I am slightly borderline. Very slightly. But I do have this type of thing that I'm talking to you about in a small measure. It was a lot worse years ago, but I still once in a while will have it crop up on me. And it's very terrifying, and it's very intense, and it's very real. So that's why we react that way. That's why we want pictures of you. That's why we tape record your voice. Because we literally cannot remember you, and that scares us half to death. So stay tuned. Tape is getting to the end, and I'm on to the next one. God bless.